one of the studios I'm working, but it's closed at the moment. So we are doing virtual classes for the clients, and here I am teaching a Yin class tonight. So I thought that it would be a good time to dedicate this Yin class for the boost of immunity. So getting into that immunity, getting into lungs, getting into liver. Lungs are the first warrior there to fight for our defense, and liver again keeps us clean and detoxifies us, and takes the negativity, takes the toxins out of us. So these are the two organs that we are going to target tonight a lot. So working on the meridians of the lungs and of our liver. So happy you can join me tonight, and let's get started. So I would like to start with just a breathing exercise. Breathing is so incredibly important. We have a tendency to use such a small part of our lung capacity, and tonight, throughout this entire class, try to really use your entire lung capacity. Mostly we use only the top of the lungs, which is really bad. We might use only the center of the lungs, and when this happens, the breath might turn upside down. So when you're inhaling, the belly withdraws, and when you exhale, the belly comes out. So this is not good. So diaphragmatic breathing is inhalation, belly rises, exhalation, belly falls. But we want to go one step further, so a deep yogic breathing where we use the entire lung capacity, diaphragm, the middle, the top of the lungs. So when you inhale, start by feeling the belly rise, middle of the lungs fill, top of the lungs fill, and as you exhale, top of the lungs, middle, and the bottom of the lungs empty. Okay, but we're gonna add a bit of a rhythm into this breathing. So as you inhale, breathe on a count of 4, fill in the lungs from the bottom towards the top. Hold the breath for a count of 4, and as you exhale, slowly exhale through your mouth on a count of 4, and then try to hold the lungs completely empty on a count of 4. So like a square breathing, inhaling on a 4, hold the breath on a count of 4, exhale on a 4, hold the breath for a count of 4. If you are pregnant, if you have a high blood pressure, avoid holding the breath. So you can take a deep breath in on a count of 6, exhale on a count of 6. So choose what feels good for you. If you start to feel dizzy, just return to your regular breathing, okay? Cool, let's get started. You can rest your hands on your knees, you can turn your palms upwards, and even bring your index finger and thumb together. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your face, bring the chin slightly down. Good, now take a deep breath in through the nostrils, fill your lungs. Hold the breath for a count of 4. And exhaling slowly through the mouth. Close your mouth, hold the breath out. And continue like this, just deep breath in on a count of 4. Hold the breath. Exhaling through the mouth. Close your mouth and hold. And just for a couple of minutes, continue like this. Make sure that you're not starting to tense any muscles during this breathing exercise, but your face is relaxed. You can feel all the tiny muscles around your eyes relax. You can feel your cheeks drop. You can feel your jaw drop. So just completely relaxed. is the cornerstone of yoga. It is so crucial that you take this 1 hour out of your schedule. It feels like the entire universe, entire world, this planet is on this constant fight or flight mode, just stress, stress, stress. So give yourself this 1 hour where you can actually activate that calm and digest that parasympathetic nervous system, and allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to charge, and just boost that immunity, strengthen yourself inside and out. Enjoy that breath. Enjoy healing your lungs. Finish that exhalation and applause, then just bring your hands together to your heart. Bring your chin slightly more down and just ask yourself, what are you looking for from this class? What do you want to gain? Is it just the inner calm, stronger immunity, more balanced lifestyle, or just some inner peace? Whatever it is, just give yourself a bit of a purpose for this class, and you will notice that it has a bit of a benefit in the practice. Definitely, I always notice that in a moment where my mind starts to shift, then I return to that purpose, and like a mantra in my head, I'll just repeat it to myself. I am balanced, or I have a strong immunity. Whatever it is that you are here for today, just allow it to be your mantra. Good. Let's open up our eyes. Hello. And let's take a deep breath in. Bring your arms up to the sky. Oh, feels wonderful. Exhale. Bring your hands back to your heart. Let's repeat. Inhaling, bringing your arms up. Just really feel the sides lengthening. Exhaling, bring your hands back together to your heart. One more time. Inhaling, bringing your arms up. And exhale, hands back together to your heart. Beautiful. Now press your hands to the sides, pressing against that invisible wall. And again, release them. Right palm down, left hand lengthens, lengthens, lengthens. Inhaling, coming back to the center, and exhaling over to the opposite side, rooting down through the right hip. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Let's do this one more time. It's such an important little detail for our lungs to stay healthy, that we work, moving our rib cage, moving our spine. Come back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Oh, I feel my breath so much deeper already. Come back to the center. Beautiful. Exhale here. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Good. Exhale, twist over to your right. Bring your left hand down to your right knee. Right hand behind your back. As you inhale, lengthen yourself. Just feel the top of your head lengthening up towards the sky. As you exhale, look over towards the back of your mat. Good, and inhale, reaching your arms up again. And exhale, twist over to your left side. I can feel myself really exaggerating that breathing, but damn, it's good to breathe, isn't it? So just breathe away, enjoy yourself. On your next inhalation, reach your arms up one more time. And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Gorgeous. Let's get started with our yin practice now. Let's find it a little bit more open. So going into our liver with our first pose, so into those inner thighs. Now I recommend, if you do have lower back pain, grab yourself a blanket or a towel, sit on top of that, so keeping your hips a little bit more elevated compared to your heels will always help. Otherwise, you have a couple of options. You can use your blocks, so blocks either underneath your knees if you feel that the hamstrings are super tight. If you feel that the inner thighs are really tight, then just bring your legs a little bit closer together. I like to use the blocks underneath my forearms, so I could start here, and we hold the poses between 3 to 5 minutes, so bear with me and enjoy the silence and enjoy your breathing. That's what we're here for, just for that beautiful deep breath, for that inner healing, both physical healing and mental. Good. So let's get started. So just settle in. Feel yourself relaxing into the pose. Allow the gravity to take you where you feel the best today. So whatever feels good at your body. So sometimes it's this, just staying up here. Avoid maximum poses in Yin Yoga, so we don't aim to go, we want to go flat on the floor on this first second. No. So just nice patience in a practice, and kindness, and just forgiveness, and all of that. Just bring that into your practice. It's really important. But staying in here for a little while, and if you do feel that you want to go a bit further in a bit, then just turn those blocks down. Stay here. And again, staying here for a bit, and when you start to feel that the connective tissue is loosening up, the muscles are stretching, then feel free to go further. You can also use a block underneath your head, so just releasing the forearms down and releasing the forehead down to your block. But what is really important is that you are able to relax, so you want the muscles relaxed so we can get that stretch deeper into that connective tissue and into the ligaments, and get more mobility into our joints. So just keeping yourself still as possible. Just enjoy. Notice that the area that we're stretching isn't the only area that might tense up. So very often we have a habit of crunching our shoulders into our ears or biting the teeth together. So just unclench your jaw, relax the shoulders. You put that world that you carry on your shoulders down to the side and just relax and enjoy yourself. Just remember, this is your time to completely surrender. So just let go, surrender. Whatever tries to take you away from that moment, just let that stuff go and be with yourself. This is your time to explore your inner world. What goes on inside you? Explore that. a bit of a reminder about our breathing, so make sure that the breath hasn't become shallow again, but you're still practicing that beautiful healing deep breathing. So breathing in and breathing out calmly throughout the nostrils. If you feel a bit anxious or it's really hard to calm the mind down, then try to make those exhalations a bit longer. So for example, breathing in, you count to 4, and as you breathe out, you count to 6. So longer exhalation helps to really activate that rest and digest system. Again, really stimulating that vagus nerve and calming. It's like a mini retreat, that beautiful deep breathing. Now slowly start to find your way up. We come out of the pose as quietly as we went into that. There's no rush, you know. It's almost like the body is in that kind of rest mode and you don't want to wake it up too soon. So let's bring those legs together. Bring your hands behind your back and just relaxing, getting those energies moving again. You can swing your knees side to side. In Yin Yoga, what happens in between the poses is equally as important as what happens in the poses themselves. So really cherish these moments too. Good. Let's move into deer pose. So in this pose, we're gonna bring the right heel just outside the buttock. You can have your top of the foot flat on the ground, or you can even turn the toes out, so what suits you the best. You can have your left shin in line with the front of the mat, or you can also bring that leg a little bit more further to the front. What we aim to do here is relax those hips, so there's inner rotation in your right hip, external rotation in that left hip. So just try to get those hips relaxed and try to bring those hips as close to the ground, so both seating bones as close to the ground as possible. Good. I often like to use something underneath my left hand here, so what easily can happen that we lean over to the left side. What we aim to do is get that torso on top of the hips. So in that case, you might want to use a block or a book or towel underneath that left hand, just a little bit of a support. Good, and again, we're gonna stay here for a few minutes. So just close your eyes. You can allow that chin to relax down. Soften your face. Relax your shoulders. Feel the gravity take you closer to the earth. You can actually feel yourself grounding, calming down. After a little while, if you feel like it, you can always move that right knee a bit more back. See how you go. Get a tiny bit more rotation into that hip. See how you go. What feels right for your body? Doesn't matter what someone else looks like in the pose. We're all so different. We have different backgrounds, different bone structure, and different flexibilities. So it doesn't matter what I do in the pose. What feels right for you, that's what is important. So just honor your body, and you know, instead of you trying to get into that pose, let the pose get into you. It's one of those legendary Yin sayings, but it is true. Another one of my favorite Yin saying is that less is more. So the less you really try to achieve something or try to get into the pose in some way, the better the results. So remember, less is more. letting go of that ego and just allowing the pose to happen. That's what we are here to learn about patience. Observing your breath. Over to your left side and just releasing that right leg over to the front, and again you can just stay here, or you can gently swing your legs over to one another side. Good. As you can see, this lockdown hasn't been too kind of my accent, so it is getting stronger. Speaking only Finnish at home, so good. Let's move over to our left side. So again, just start by bringing your left heel over to the left outside the buttock. Here again, choice is yours, toes out or top of the foot on the ground. Same thing with that right leg, whatever feels good for you. Again, feel free to use a block if you want to. You can also use a block underneath that right knee. You can just start here, starting out always a bit more gently. So just finding the pose and taking your time to relax. It always takes about, for me at least, half a minute to get settled into the pose. I noticed that maybe the first minute works more on my muscles, stretching them out, and then as the muscles start to get relaxed, then the pose started to get where we aim it to go, which is our joints and ligaments, fascia, and connective tissue. Good. So just staying in here. Try to root down through both of your hips. Again, feel free to align yourself if you want to. Just close our eyes and take that beautiful deep breath in. On an exhalation, feel that tension melt away. Notice how every breath heals you from inside out, brings life to every single cell in your body. Scan your body and look for that tension. Where you're still holding on. It could be anywhere. It could be, your fingertips, or it could be your facial muscles, anything. Just work on yourself and just look for that tension. It doesn't even need to be physical. It can be mental tension that you don't want to surrender today. It doesn't feel like you want to surrender. Maybe throughout these times we've been just a little bit too stressed and it feels hard to let go. In general, we want to be in control often. We love to be in control, but just allow yourself to surrender. The world still goes on, even if we're not in control. magically our lungs are still breathing even without our control, and the heart is still beating, and miracles happen even without our control. That is a fact. To your right side again, relax those legs and do what feels good. So you can just sit here, or again you can just swing them around a bit. Good. From here we're going to come over to the tabletop position. So just come into a tabletop and let's awaken our spine a bit. Make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees, hips width apart. Take a nice exhalation and round your spine. Take a look into your navel. And as you inhale, lift your tailbone and lift your gaze. Good. Now, as you exhale, round your spine and start to push your hips back. We're going to walk those knees a bit more wider apart. Good. And we're going to take a nice child's pose. But walk those fingertips a little bit further to the front. Release your forehead down. Good. I'm going to give you a couple of options for this pose. So you can use a block underneath your head if it feels like the head isn't touching the floor. Or you can always do this pose up a little bit higher. So if you struggle with your knees, another nice option is using a blanket underneath your knees, as we are going to be in the pose for a little while. So if it's hurting your knees, please use a blanket. So let's just stay in here. Allow yourself to really ground. Feel the earth underneath you supporting you. Try to really draw some energy from the earth. Some strength, some courage. Start to lift your head up, and from here walk your hands over to your right side. We're going to take our left arm and we're going to bring that arm underneath our chest, and then releasing the head down either to the floor, or you can use a block underneath your ear. Start to reach out through that right hand a bit more. Good. So you can either stay in here, or you can take your right forearm over your lower back. Maybe even grab a hold of that left upper thigh. And we're going to stay in here. nice and comfy for just a bit. If this is really hard on your knees, I again recommend a couple of options. So you can stay up, go to the pose from the tabletop position, stay in here. This is one of the options. Or you can even do this on your belly. So you just bring that arm underneath your chest, that left arm, and you rest your hand on top of that right forearm. So there's a couple of options for you to stimulate that lung meridian. Good, it's a really nice pose. So let's just hold for a little. And from here, supporting with your right arm, you're going to come back to the center. And we're going to walk over to the left side now. So bringing that left arm over to the left side, and then start to slide your right hand underneath your chest, far away. Good. Reaching out through that left palm more towards the front, or taking a bit of a challenge, you can bring that left upper arm, forearm over your lower back, and resting the palm to your right upper thigh. See what feels good. Good, now slowly start to release the pose. Bring your left palm down, supporting with your left palm. We're going to come back to the center. Nice, bring your knees a little bit closer together and come back to the tabletop position. Let's just take a couple of cat-cows here in between the poses. So again, exhaling, tuck your tailbone and gaze into your navel. As you inhale, lift your tailbone, lift the gaze. And one more, exhale round. And inhale. Good job. Beautiful. From here, we're going to swing the legs over to the front. We're going to come and sit back there. Good. With this next pose, we are just really activating our calm. So when we are calm and when we are relaxed, the body has such a better opportunity to heal itself. So a forward fold, what is said to be one of the most, well, very, very healing yoga poses. So beautiful pose and so many benefits. I'm gonna again offer you a couple of options. So if you feel that the back of your thighs, hamstrings are super tight, feel free to use the blocks or pillow or anything underneath your knees or underneath your hips if you feel that the lower back is hurting. If you would like to use the blocks underneath your forehead, which is one really nice option, you can just stay in here. You can move a little bit lower. So again, here, if you don't have yoga blocks at home, you can just grab yourself a sofa pillow and just hug a pillow and just start to fold down. You can use a pillow on top of your lap, so basically like this, and just fold down from there. Make sure that you find yourself a spot where you can actually feel that stretch, but it's not hurting you. There is no unbearable discomfort where you couldn't relax your muscles. So the main thing is that you are able to relax. You allow your body to go into the pose. You're not going into the pose with your ego, but the body goes into the pose, and the gravity is the one to take you there. Good. So just adjust yourself. Take your time to find that pose. For example, I like to stay here maybe for a minute, and after that minute I might go a little bit further. So always remember to challenge yourself too. So if you're not feeling anything, absolutely anything, and you have an opportunity to go a bit deeper, then go and try to find that edge. But whatever you do, don't step over that edge. That is really important. Gently, gently, slowly, slowly start to come back up. And again, you can just lean over to the back for a moment and maybe even lift your chest up and take a deep breath in. And exhale, relax, Beautiful. From here we're gonna lie down. So just come and lie down with me. Nice, and just take a bit of a relaxation in between the poses. Bring your heels to the corners of your mat. Relax your arms down to the side and just explore for a moment how your body is feeling now. We are nearly done. We only have a couple of postures left, so just take this moment to explore and feel your body. Very good. Now let's carry on. We're going to go into banana pose, bananasana. We're going to bring that left heel or ankle on top of that right one. Good. So legs are aimed towards that right corner of your mat. I'm going to bring those arms above our head. Take a hold of your left wrist now, and you can just gently bring those arms over to the right corner of your mat. Just nice and comfy. Also here's an option to use a block. So if you want to bring your wrists, relax them on top of a block, you can do that. Good. So just to make sure that you're all nice and comfy. Good. Creating that nice little angle into your body. Visualizing a banana, so you're in a nice little bend. Now let's just take a couple of minutes here. If you're wondering what is this weird clicking going on in the ear, it is a hot studio, so the heaters, they kind of come on and off and click, and it's freezing outside, so it's pretty much 0 degrees, pretty cold. Finland, springtime, so people come here sometimes for that hot yoga, and I come here for that heat. So today, when I'm gonna have that virtual class, after this one, I want the studio nice and hot. Good, so let's relax. Also, I wanted to remind you, if you do have any shoulder injuries, there's no need to keep those hands above your head, so you can always find more comfortable position. Just relax your hands down, or maybe take the hands down to the side, so just get a bit of a nice stretch through the side, but be careful with your shoulders, okay? No pain allowed. Slowly return back to the center. Again, let's take that pose in between the poses, so a bit of a pause. Relaxing your arms, relax your legs, just breathe. And then moving over to your left side, so just start by bringing your right ankle on top of that left one, and from here start to bring your arms above your head. Again, you can take a hold of your right wrist and bring that upper body a little bit more towards that left corner of your mat. Get nice and settled. center. Relax your right leg back to the right corner of your mat. Bring your arms down. Just take a bit of a breather in between. Coming into our final pose today, we're going to just bend our knees, keeping the feet hips width apart. Good. And from here, coming into a spinal twist, so just slowly start to relax those knees down to your right side. Bring your arms over to the side shoulder level. Now if you do feel like you want to add a bit more inner rotation to that left hip or challenge yourself, just release gently your right ankle down to that left thigh. Now you might notice that there's a bit of a gap in between, where is my block, in between the floor and my knee. So use a pillow, use a towel and remove that gap, okay? It's always nicer if there's a bit of a support. The muscles feel more comfortable in relaxing, so just always try to support yourself as much as you can with different objects, whatever you have around you lying there. Support yourself, okay? Good. Now, it's a nice spinal twist. You're gonna feel definitely inner rotation in that left hip. Twist is always nice for our digestive organs, for our liver, for our spine, of course. Magic, I can feel that lower back just opening up, flowing. Good. Now, if you feel that your chest is a bit tight, you can always add a bit more challenge by bringing your left arm higher up. So just reaching up through that left arm, you can already feel those pecs minors here around that armpit relaxing. You can always release that right arm down if it feels uncomfortable. Just see what feels good for you. Now let's add a bit of a neck stretch here too. So turn your gaze over to your left and let's hold it there. Here, just relax your right ankle down. Start to come back to that center. Bring your hands to your side. And again, just releasing some of that tension from the lower back. We're gonna gently swing those knees side to side. Maybe take a bit of a break from all that moving. But just stay here for a moment. Good. And let's move over to our right side. So again, just left side, let the knees drop over. Good. And again, feel free to either stay here, or if you want to, just bring that left ankle on top of your right thigh. support with a block if you need. I can feel that this lockdown has made it a bit more tense. So, yeah. Netflix. Good. Get just nice and settled. Again, feel free to take your right arm a bit more up. There's a wonderful opening happening throughout the side and through the pecs, and it's good. Turn your gaze over to your right. Close your eyes and just focus on that breathing. Isn't it nice when someone just tells you to do nothing? The less you do, the better the result. So just think of this as kind of like a vacation from all of it. Yeah, there is a bit of a discomfort, but I think discomfort grows us. That's good. Not moving, that's good. Not achieving, that's good always. Sometimes, there's got to be a balance in between everything. So right now, just stay here and enjoy the not doing, not achieving, and not controlling. Just stay and enjoy. Start to slowly bring your knees up, and again, feel free to move them a bit if you want to. Good, and from here, just hug your knees into your chest. Nice tight hug. Swing yourself again side to side, massaging your back against the floor. For a moment, lift your arms up, lift your legs up. Just circle your wrists and ankles around, getting those joints moving. Then maybe shake a little bit. Nice. Good. From here we're going to go into the sweet land of Shavasana. So I'm going to do the Shavasana on a separate video because a lot of you asked for this certain sound meditation with our favorite song. So I'm going to do that sound meditation for you on that next video. I'll put a link below. So just tap that link after you've done this video, and you can do these separately, but please don't forget your Shavasana. Take at least that 5 to 10 minute Shavasana after, or the final relaxation pose after this practice. Okay? Good. Thank you so much. See you in the Shavasana.